Hello. This is Joe Malone, and we are getting ready to get you all full of the information, the excitement, the entertainment, everything else going on with this year's Bash at the Lake. As you saw, as the screen opened up with this awesome flyer here, August 9th, that is a Saturday, 11 a.m. It's free. There's going to be so much to see, so much to do, so much to sing about, dance about, everything else that's going on. First off, let's have everybody introduce ourselves. We've got, if my math's correct, 6 of us, including me, on this conference here. Brad, let's start with you guys.
Okay, I'm Brad Barber with United to Serve with Passion and Purpose and Bash at the Lake, and we are so excited that you're doing this for us today, Joe. And we just can't be happy to share all what this event's going to be.
And with you?
Oh, what's that?
And with you, and introduce
yourself. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, I'm Michael Powell. I'm a recent import to the wonderful city of Clear Lake, and fortunately, I was able to spend some time with Brad and got involved on the operations side of Bash at the Lake. So plugging in and serving the good Lord in any way I can. So yeah, we're excited about what this upcoming event's got to offer. So
excellent. As we go Brady Bunch around the clock here, you want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, go ahead, Cindy. I am Cindy Walker, and we've been doing this for a long time. My husband and I did Bash on the Farm out at our farm. We started in 2001, and we got connected with Star and Brad with United to Serve. And so I do a lot of like the entertainment, booking and stage managing and things like that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Star Benjamin with United to Serve, and excited about this third year that we're doing Bash at the Lake. I am probably more involved with the activities on the grounds, volunteer recruitment, kind of the holder of information, I guess. Yes. I don't know.
She's our wonderful admin person. She takes care of all the details.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Lisa?
I'm Lisa Ahrens. I am thrilled to be part of Bash at the Lake. Can't wait for August 9th. It's going to be fabulous again. I tend to do more of the activities and just some of the kids vein, I guess. So looking forward to that.
And Lisa wins the award for best background today. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
You're doing some recruiting, lake, information recruiting stuff today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's our theme.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that Bash at the Lake kind of evolved from Bash at the Farm. And I remember Bash at the Farm being something that, 10 years ago, how long ago did that was that started and taking place?
Well, we started it in 2001 when our kids were just babies, and we were just kind of fixing up our acreage. And my husband and his brothers had done some sound stuff and volunteering with Youth for Christ and done some like DJing Christian music dances and things like that. And as we were fixing up our acreage, our goal was like, if we get this cleaned up, let's have a couple bands play and invite some neighbors and youth groups. And then from there, we kind of grew a team, and we had it out on our farm for 10 years. And we would get maybe about 3,500 people out on our farm. And it kind of outgrew that a little bit. And so we moved to Heritage Park, and we had it for 5 years there in Forest City. And then we had some team members take it to Cedar Rapids, and they did Bash at CR for about 7 years. And then they were kind of done. They were kind of getting more into doing sound for events instead of planning events. And so they were finishing up, and that's when I met Brad and Star. But we do have that couple comes back and runs sound for our events. So it's kind of a full circle back to North Iowa and Clear Lake. And I'll let Star and Brad talk about United to Serve and how we met them.
Yeah. Brad, do you want to jump in or?
Go ahead, Star.
Yeah, well, actually, so Brad and I do workshops for United to Serve, and part of the workshop it's titled Rekindle the Spark of Purpose. And so we talk about, we have a small group, we work with businesses and other organizations, and we talk about purpose, really finding out what is your why, what is it that, sparks that passion within you, that reason that you're here on earth to fulfill. And we were having a workshop back in March, the first week in March in 2023, and we were having a workshop with the Clear Lake Chamber, and we asked them, if you were to design a campaign for Clear Lake, a new campaign, and money's no object and no barriers, and we kind of had a little bit of a dream session at that point. And the thing they really focused in on is that we need more events where they're real family friendly, kid friendly events. And that kind of got wheels going for all of us. And then, just some really providential meetings with people, that happened. And Brad called me one day and said, what do you think about having a big event and having, different people there and having bands? And, we were talking about that. And, that was, right after that, okay, I think was it April, end of April, first part of May, we had a big meeting of individuals that were interested, and we were on board and planned the first bash at the lake in 11 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Raised the money. And
Which I will vouch, that's unbelievable.
yes.
So, yeah, what transpired there, dovetailing off of Star, is I had met a real good friend of mine that owns the Chick-fil-A in Rochester, Minnesota, and I took a bunch of our frappes from Cabin Coffee, and we swapped out a bunch of frappes with their sandwiches. They had set up their trailer at the Hy-Vee East, and we swapped, bags, and we took pictures. We put it on Facebook, and I'm coming back from Mason City to Clear Lake, and I remembered what Stacy and their team had talked about having a family-friendly event. Well, Cabin Coffee is a Christian company, so is Chick-fil-A, and I thought, we should have like almost a revival in downtown Clear Lake and get some big bands. And so that's when I called Star right away. I said, Star, what do you think about this? She said, well, I'm in. So I immediately called. And another reason that sparked it was I knew that if we could have an event and have Chick-fil-A down at the event, that would attract a lot of people too. So I called Matt right away, and he said, I'm in. And then I told Stacy at the chamber, and she said, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. They thought of the kid family event when we had our purpose class, but then how Cindy and how Bash on the Farm and how United to Serve got connected with one another, which was it was truly a God inspiring moment. Stacy said, you need to call Cindy Walker. So I called Cindy right away. This is all on the same day. And Cindy said, well, we would love to help support that financially. So, but when we had our first meeting about it, she said, I'm in too. She could tell that we needed the help. And boy, was
thank goodness.
Yeah, she thought,
but it was great to see, like, we had a meeting at the chamber, and Stacy with the Clear Lake Chamber and that whole chamber team just did a great job of just like collaborating and helping us all come together. One Vision helped that first year as well.
Yeah.
And we just had a great team coming together. We had like Brett Schoeneman. He had started a local band, Awake in the Dust. They were involved in helping. We just had a lot of like local support, just getting things going that first year. Chris Lovell with Clear Lake Tell just was really saying, okay, we need to start big this year. And he was on board and helping us. And we just had a lot of wonderful
excitement in that room, wasn't there? A lot of energy and
Well, let's talk about this year's event. First up, I want to play this promo and then talk about what we can expect from this year's Bash. You know, the one thing I noticed watching that is the smiles. You just look at everybody's face in the photos and in the video and whatnot, and everybody's smiling. You know, they're having a good time.
Yes.
Yeah, over the years we saw like, and Stacy at the chamber too, they say all the time families are coming into the chamber and saying, what can we do with our families in Clear Lake? And people naturally come to Clear Lake with their families and they're looking for fun things to do. And so this just really fits the bill. And this year, more than ever, we're going to really cater to families with a lot of kids activities. We're going to just start the day off with somebody that we've had every year. We've had the weather guy science, and he's going to take some more time this year and do like an activity in the pavilion for the first hour of the day from 11 to noon. So where kids can have hands-on science activities. And then he's going to have like a full show on stage right away too at 12:30. So we're going to kick off the day with lots of fun kid things, and inflatables will be going right away at noon. So there'll be lots of things for people to do with their kids.
Gaga ball, 9 square in the air for some of the older kids really like that. A lot of yard games. Striker bikes will be there. What else? Lisa, your activities, what else have we got?
Hey, this year fun fire where the kids get some different parachute activities. There'll be some yarn balls on there. There's also some really awesome biblical stories that go along with. Again, games scattered throughout the whole entire park where, you know, it can be an instant gratification or it can be a long drug out game, however they want to do that. With the Gaga ball, with the 9 square in the air, with the Jenga game, cornhole, and then of course the inflatables. That'll be amazing. So lots of activities for everybody to be involved with. Doesn't matter the age, everybody will have fun with all of that. And then this year, Cindy, do you want to talk a little bit about the Kids Blitz? And I mean, that is total high energy.
Yeah, so right after that science show, then we're going to go into this Kids Blitz, and they're coming all the way from Georgia, and they've been doing kids ministry for years. They have this down. They have like this huge display that they're going to have, and we have like going to have 2 teams competing, and it's going to be kind of like a competition between Clear Lake and Mason City teams. And so we'll kind of have this competition going on stage. We're going to be able to bring families and kids on stage to be part of these competitions and games. And it's just going to be
Kids
a full
are going to
time.
love it.
Yeah.
They are going to love it. And the families, the parents too. What we've heard is that the families and the parents get engaged. And
Yeah, he's doing, instead of just calling it a Kids Blitz, it's actually called a Family Blitz is what he's doing. So it's going to engage the whole family.
Lots
Very cool.
of games and activities. Cool doodles flying around the stage. I think the flying around the stage kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the minute-to-minute type games, high energy, but also sharing the gospel, which will be just
yes.
Excellent. Now, one thing about this event, you got all the games, the activities going on. We'll talk music in just a second. You've got a ton of food vendors. And Brad, you said this whole thing kind of got started with food, you know. And by the way, I was going to ask you, Brad, when you bring coffee to the Chick-fil-A, you know, line, does that help you get to the front of the line quicker?
Oh, well, no, it does not, Joe. Thanks for asking, but we really want our guests to enjoy that. So we're there, brother, just to serve. So yeah. But we will bring them some coffee, all our vendors, you know, some coffee and some spoons and some
And
vendors.
for the food vendors, we are welcoming back Chick-fil-A, Hubba Bubba, Aviana Zoo will be there, Dandy Barbecue, Backyard Bites.
Yeah.
Lots of good food.
Lots of options for yummy food.
Yeah, so it's free to get into, but you do want to remember to bring some money with you, so that way you can take part and enjoy the different foods. And with it being an all-day event, Bash at the Lake again, as you see scrolling Saturday, August 9th in Clear Lake, you know, you're going to get your lunch, you're going to get your supper, you're going to get snacks, you're going to get some refreshments and all that sort of stuff. And this event, correct me if I'm wrong, it's kind of designed to let people just kind of be there all day and enjoy. You know, bring a lawn chair, bring a blanket, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
There will be things to do all day.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of booths this year. So different organizations that are going to be there to, you know, provide information. We've got our Care Path, which is a great highlight of all of our nonprofits that are supportive of people that may have certain needs, or they may know of somebody that has needs, or they would just want to volunteer for a good organization. So that will be as well.
Yeah, and our headline sponsor this year is Thrivent, so they're going to be on site too, offering like financial advice for people and different things. So there's all kinds of different ways that people can go around to different booths and just see like where they can get different resources in the community.
Now, quick question. Got this picture here of volunteers from, I believe, last year's event.
Yeah.
Do you still need volunteers for Bash at the Lake for the 2025?
Do we need volunteers?
Thank you for
Yeah, we're
asking.
about what, 20%?
We're 25% there, Joe. We've got a
Okay.
ways to go. So, hey, you wanna-
Which is par for the course this time of year. So we're not
Yes,
concerned
that's
yet.
right.
A lot of people signed up the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
if you like doing like safety, security, if games are your thing, you love working with kids, we've got inflatables. We do all volunteer positions running the inflatables. And so our website has like a big yellow button on where people can sign up to volunteer.
Yeah. And you
I
can
think so many people want to put in their time and talents, to serve. And this is a great opportunity. If you have time and talents across the board, it's a great opportunity to plug in and serve your community, serve the Lord, serve a great cause and a wonderful event. It really is a fun opportunity to be able to volunteer if anybody's looking for it. I highly encourage
I
Uh,
agree.
becoming part of our team. So
The other beautiful thing about the volunteering is it doesn't have to be all day. We have it
No.
broken into little time segments. So it's a little bit here, a little bit there, whatever you feel comfortable with. So that's the beautiful thing. And bringing in all of these amazing people, we get a chance to meet maybe new people we haven't even seen before, but with common interests, which is just fabulous.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the website that you mentioned is unitedtoserve.org. Again, unitedtoserve.org. And then from there, you can click on Bash at the Lake. And I'm looking at it right now, 28 days, 19 hours, 36 minutes, and 17 seconds. You got it down to the second of when things are going on.
Yeah, and you can just go to bashatthelake.com. You can go directly to that
Yeah.
website. That might be a faster way, but either way, you'll get there.
Lots of ways. Now let's talk about this. Not that you got to pick favorites for what's going on with the event, but the music, I imagine is a lot of people's favorite part of the event. What can we expect from the bands, the entertainment at this year's Bash at the Lake?
Well, so right after Kids Blitz, we're going to go into Presence Music, and it's a band from Duluth. So it's somewhat local to our region, but they've been getting a lot of attention on Christian music stations around the area, and they've been doing some collabs with other nationally known artists. And so they're going to come and do like a lot of high energy pop worship music. And so that'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. One thing I'm excited about is we have a group, Pacific Island Worship. This is kind of a last minute surprise, and I think a lot of people are going to love this. I've seen them, and they are, a group of people from the Pacific Islands. They will do their worship movements. They are going to be in traditional attire. They tell a story. They really narrate a story of that fortitude of faith, and it's going to be an experience that people haven't probably been exposed to before.
and started, doesn't their celebration involve like 100 people?
I'm told close to that there will be on stage, in front of the stage, maybe a little
You don't want to miss that.
surprise. Yeah. So
I would say it's an opportunity to truly bring culture into the event. So
yes, we are
Yeah.
so excited.
You don't have to go to Hawaii.
I
You
know.
can just go to
Yeah.
Clear Lake. You don't have to pay $200 for luau. You can
Yes.
just watch
Yes.
this free show at Bash at the Lake. And then closing out the night, we have Leanna Crawford, who is just very up and coming. She just won like a K-Love Fan Award for Breakout Song of the Year with her Psalm 23 song. And she's just been traveling the country, doing all kinds of shows. She's been super busy and super high demand this last year with her new Breakout song. And she has been at the Surf She opened and she only got to do a few songs, but we'll be able to see her whole set for a good show with a band. And so we're super excited for her to be there to close out the day with us. And she just is the sweetest
Yeah.
girl.
I love her heart.
Yeah.
That's what, attracts people, I think, too.
Yeah. Jamie Copley and I got to meet her. We're going to be throwing some interviews up with her on our website and on our social media later on. But we got to meet her when she was at the surf, and her sister were just wonderful people to meet, and just are going to totally fit in with the whole Clear Lake hometown vibe, and just super friendly. And I think everybody's just going to love them.
This is quite the event, quite the extravaganza. Again, starting at 11 a.m. And then how late do things go for Bash at the Lake?
What do you think, Cindy?
I think we're going to hope to close. Like last year, we found that a lot of families were kind of leaving around dark to get their kids home because it is such a family focused event. So last year we went after dark, but we saw that people were kind of leaving around then. And so this year we're going to try to get done by dark, by like 7:30, 8 o'clock, so people can get their kids home and get to bed and not have to try to navigate out of the park at night and things like that. So
excellent. And as father of, small children, it's, you want to know, like, okay, if I leave now and what am I missing? That sort of thing. So,
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Because sometimes, sometimes it's the kids that start, oh, I'm tired and getting that way. Sometimes it's the parents.
Right. And the grandparents.
Well, thank you to all of you for joining and for all the efforts that you put into Bash at the Lake. Again, we encourage everybody to come out, be a part of it, experience it. August 9th, free admission, but bring money because there's going to be food trucks. There's going to be other experiences there as well. Bash at the Lake at Clear Lake City Park. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you.
John.
Thank you. We want to thank the sponsors for making this happen. It wouldn't be without them. So thank you. It's not very often you get to have this level of entertainment for your community or North Iowa for free. So we just want to let the sponsors know we are very much and donors very much appreciated. Thank you.